Alrighty, and welcome back for segment 2. Now we're going to use our black stick to go ahead and pry up these little teeth here. Pretty, not too difficult. You'll always be scared the first couple of times around because you won't know exactly how much pressure to put on them, and you really don't want to break any of the plastic parts. But, you'll do just fine. Now, let's see. Alrighty, it looks like there's probably some hooks somewhere on the back because it's plenty easy to pry up on the front, but the back's giving me a little bit of trouble. So we'll go ahead and explore there. I've got all the screws lifted up, so let's go ahead and put my black stick under there and oh, that's the trick. So just put your black stick under there. In retrospect, it kind of looks a little bit like you could just leave the front portion clipped under and pry up the back and then pull it, and then it would unhook from the front. So, hey, you live and you learn. But we'll go ahead and lift this up. Now, it looks like there is a little wire. Let me see if I can zoom in on that real quick. It's just right here next to where the ram attaches. So let's go ahead and zoom in. There we go. And you can see it right there. Now this wire connects the fan right here, which is actually attached to the case itself, to the black plastic case. And it hooks with a little wire there to the circuit board. So what we're going to want to do before we can pry this completely off is we're going to need to unplug that. So just hold the board a little high, and then there you go. Easy peasy. Alright, and now we can see the internals. Now, this is very simple. This whole setup is very simple. Matter of fact, the CPU, the covering for the CPU, appears to be soldered directly to the motherboard, as do these heat sinks here. It looks like if you want to replace anything or have anything burned out, oh, and this is the speaker module. If you want to replace anything, it looks like you're pretty much going to have to completely put a whole new motherboard in. It's kind of a shame. I'll give it a good old college try on the CPU, but I'm almost positive that it's completely soldered in. Let's see. Okay, so you may notice there's a little chip right here above the RAM, near where the fan that was attached to the case is linked, or was linked, and it looks like there is a little piece of thermal interface material on top of it. That's very important because this will help in those occasions where the heatsink does not doesn't come close enough to what's producing the heat to really accurately get it all off. I've mentioned this type of thermal interface pad before. This one appears to be about, I don't know, a couple of millimeters thick. The speaker assembly is this black thing you can see near the top, and it's really easy. Most of the screws that we're holding in, all of the screws that were holding it in, you've already gotten rid of. So you just pry it up and unhook the cable. And that's pretty much it. Underneath the speaker assembly, of course, you'll see that there's a cable for the transmission of data. That would be the cable to the touchpad and to the mouse buttons. But that's pretty much all to this. So at this point, we can kind of put it all back together. Let's see if we can't do it at quadruple speed, eh?